Hello everyone and welcome to the Joy of Gelli Printing. I am Ariana. In today's video I would like to share with you or show you the papers I use in my jelly printing process. When we talk about paper, we need to distinguish between doing jelly printing for the purpose of creating collage papers and between doing jelly printing with intention to create a product that could be framed and displayed. So when we work with collage papers, we are using the transparent papers, which are the tissue paper, medical exam paper, rice paper, deli paper, and other types of transparent or translucent paper. When we do the jelly printing with intention to create something we can display, we use the tissue paper to take off excess paint, and we do multi-layered printing, and then we take off the final pull is on something sturdy, something that can handle the multiple layers, and that could be Bristol paper, and my favorite is the cardstock because it's affordable. Once I'm finished with recording, I will link or post all these different types of papers into the video description so you can easily find them. I'm not making any money on whatever you purchase. I am not making any money on my artwork either. My sole intention is to share the joy of creative process and inspire you to create something new. But that said, I do have a buy me a coffee program, which is, you can look at it as a donation for the artists. So if you support me on Buy Me a Coffee, you will be able to download all my prints, past, present, and future. Bye for now.
All right, so we are in my studio and we will start with the tissue paper. So this is the one I am buying. It's called Spectra Art Tissue Paper, and I get that at Blick. It comes in big sheets which you have to cut in smaller pieces, and it's really nice for taking off the excess paper. Now, another option is to use this kind of paper that's used for making patterns for sewing. And it's really fun to print on because it has these lines and text on it. And so it's just full of surprises. I get this paper at the thrift store for a quarter. Okay. So next, let's look at the rice paper. It's thicker than the tissue paper, and it can pull a couple of layers, but it may tear up, and I use it intentionally whenever I want it to tear up, when I'm after something abstract, something wild. And this is it. It's called Japanese bargain paper, I get that on Amazon. The next is it's again Japanese paper. It's called sketch paper. It's even sturdier, even thicker. So this one is not transparent at all. And you can pull multiple layers with it. And you can print on anything really. So I have this vinegar book I got at the thrift store, and you can get some interesting prints, especially when you use transparent paints, because the images, the text will show through. And of course, then there is the sheet music, which I adore. So that will give you some really interesting effects. And of course, you can print on black paper. Don't forget that. Before we go to the papers I use for the final pull, I would like to show you this. This is a sketchbook with take-out pages. So sometimes I take out a page, print on it, and put it right back into the book. And of course, you have to do your math. You have to make sure you print on the center of the book, which obviously I didn't do here. Oh, you don't see it. Okay. Okay, so here you can see the whole page. Another paper I tried is I believe it's called printing paper. I believe it's called printing paper. There's several types of them on Amazon, and they compare to the Japanese sketchbook paper. You see, they are thinner than cardstock or Bristol, and they come in 9x12. And so I used them too in the past, but now I just switched to printing only on 8x12 paper, because the way I store my prints is in these type of ring binders with plastic sheets, and that's how I store all my prints. So that's if you do lots of printing like I do, I print almost every day. I have lots of papers, and that's the way I like to store it. If you do the 9x12 format, then you have, of course, to go over to a portfolio which comes in the size 9x12. All right, so the final two papers I would like to share with you is this Bristol. And it's, as I said, if you print a lot, it can be a little expensive. Bristol comes in different types, and you would like to get the smooth one. And this is the paper I use for all my prints. It's a cardstock, 110 pound. I get it on Amazon, 250 sheets for about $10. And it's very sturdy, so I can do multiple layers. And as you keep layering, the paper turns into plastic, and it gets so strong it's almost impossible to tear it up. So that's it. That's the papers I have tried so far. I never used the deli paper or the tea bag paper or the medical examine paper. I did check it out last time I was at doctor's office. I was considering to steal a piece to try, but decided not to do any stealing. Okay, bye bye for now.